Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. Got another Master Duel video for you, coming at you with some more Fiend Smith Yubel. So this time around I decided to try out the build from the Duelist Cup top 10 rating duels, or not Duelist Cup, just the top 10 rating duels from season 40. This was, I think, one of the 8th place decks. This person played both Fiend Smith Yubel and Millennium Fiend Smith Snake Eye. So I'm trying out their build card for card because it's doing a lot of interesting things that I really want to talk about. Or rather, in the extra deck, it's lacking something pretty interesting. And that's going to be the Appaloosa, which I've mentioned before is like highly optional in this deck. And it's funny because in response, you know, I feel like a lot of people just always kind of go on about how no, this card is like gotta be mandatory because it's ban worthy, right? This card is so OP and broken. I've maintained for a long time, and I still think this is true, I really don't think Appaloosa is a broken card, at least in Master Duel format. I don't play TCG, so I can't attest to how strong it was there or not, but in Master Duel, I find this card like trivially easy to out most of the time, whether it's like Imperm or triple attack, or just having a monster with more attack, which is not particularly difficult to do, or just playing through it. I really don't think this card is like absurdly strong. And yeah, like I said before, you know, in my last Yubel video, I said that Appaloosa was optional, and now here we are, this top 10 rating duel build that's not even opting to play the Appaloosa. Because a lot of the time, and this isn't just true of Yubel, it's true of any deck that plays this card, a lot of the time, you're really only making this if you go off uninterrupted. And when is that happening in this meta? It's just not. Now, granted, Snake Eye, I think, can make it a lot more easily. That's probably the main culprit where people say, oh, this card is broken, but I really don't think that this is the card that's making Snake Eye broken. I think if you banned Appaloosa, the deck would still be just as strong as it is now. And Yubel, like I said, is just as strong as it is now without it, as we're not playing it here. So, yeah, I think that this build is more geared towards playing through hand traps and through boards, and it definitely shows how effective that can be, again, with the fact that this got top 10 in rating duels for Season 40. Some other interesting things that this deck is doing is playing Gamma. This card is criminally underrated, by myself included. I tried out this card in Millennium Snake Eye last season and was thoroughly impressed, and then promptly just forgot about it right afterward. I really should have had a better eye on this card because it's showing up a lot again in these top 10 rating duel decks, and I think that Gamma being at 1 is not a reason to not play it. I think that you probably should still be evaluating whether or not Gamma is just good in general in your deck. It's really good in Millennium Snake Eye because you start off a lot of plays without any monsters on the field, or even things like Original Sinful Spoils, which gets a monster off your field, so that then you'll have nothing, and then if your opponent goes to negate it, you can Gamma. I think that's incredibly important and incredibly helpful, and that's true in Yubel as well. Any deck with Fiend Smiths is activating a significant number of effects that are important before they have monsters on the field, and even here in Yubel, we have the Samsara D-Lotus. That tributes itself, right? So if after you activate this effect, your opponent goes to negate it, bada bing bada boom, you have Gamma to help you out with that. We're also playing the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, as well as Bystials here. Ghost Ogre was very, very popular anti-Blue Eyes tech in those top 10 rating duel decks. You know, it's like I said in previous videos, it came down to Droll, Nib, and Ghost Ogre for me were, I thought, the 3 best hand traps to have in this meta. I leaned a lot more heavily into Droll and Nib, but it seems I was mistaken about that as well, as being mistaken about how good Gamma was. Yeah, Ghost Ogre definitely seems to be the way to go. I mean, there's only 1 copy in this deck, but if you look in some of the Blue Eyes and Snake Eye decks, they're playing 2 or sometimes even 3 Ghost Ogre, which makes sense against True Light. True Light, if you use Ghost Ogre against it, will not only effectively be negated because the effect won't resolve, but you'll get to destroy all of your opponent's monsters. And then the Bystials, I assume, are also against Blue Eyes, as well as a number of decks that are, you know, very popular in this meta, including any that's playing the Fiendsmith engine, but just overall good hand traps in general. Alright, that's pretty much everything unique that's going on with this build in particular, so I figured we could go ahead and just dive right on into Ranked Ladder for the new season and see how it does for us. Alright, we're going first for our first duel here. And let's see what kind of a board we can put up. I will say that if we actually don't get hand traps, I'm not super sure how I'm going to end here. Well, it'll depend on our hand as well. Oh my god, this hand is great. Yeah, we have Engraver and Nightmare Throne, which is excellent. Opponent may or may not have something. Okay, looks like they do, because they got pass priority, both draw and standby phase. It's a shotgun to Maxi. You all know how I feel about that by this point. We're definitely just going to use the Ash Blossom against that. But even if the Ash Blossom were to get negated, or if they were to fire off Fuelos, I Ash that, and then it was Maxi, still not right to do it there, because it gives me so much more information to better plan my plays with, as opposed to if I got surprised by the Maxi when I'm already about to special summon or commit to the board. I'm going to lead with Fiendsmith stuff, because it's really good for baiting out hand traps from the opponent, and also doesn't right away give away exactly what deck we're on. My opponent might potentially play differently if they think I'm on like Snake Eye, for example, and not Yubel. Like, for example, they might use like a Bestial here instead of against a Yubel card later. Well, not here, because I don't have any monsters on the field, but you know what I mean. It's Ghost Ogre. Okay, or Ghost Bell, rather. This is another example of, you know, they might have used this later or saved it if they knew for sure that I was on Yubel. I do still have access to the Engraver here, which is very nice, but we're just going to go ahead and activate the Nightmare Throne. And let's get the D-Lotus, because we have Pain and Druid Swarm in hand. Add Samsara D-Lotus to hand, yes. I think that if they had Ash Blossom, well, there's actually a chance they could still have it if they were planning on using Ghost Ogre against Lurie. They could still be holding Ash Blossom here. Okay, they're not. That's good. Now, we're only playing the one Nightmare Pain. We already have it in hand, so nothing off Spirit, unfortunately, but... Alright, we're going to destroy the Spirit, of course. And we'll add Gruesome Gravesquirmer. We're not going to use Nightmare Throne just yet. We're actually going to use that later, because we're about to summon the Terror Incarnate anyway. As we special summon Yubel from our deck. Okay, they're going to concede. But, yeah, pro tip if you're playing Yubel, if you're new to the deck, and you're doing the combo sequence with Nightmare Throne up, yeah, you don't want to use Nightmare Throne right away. You want to wait until after you've shuffled back Yubel and Terror Incarnate back into the deck, right? Because, like I said, we're going to summon Terror Incarnate anyway, because we were about to summon the Gruesome Gravesquirmer, pop the Yubel, special Terror Incarnate, you know, etc., etc. But I think that first game was a very good example of just demonstrating, you know, how you can kind of, like, weave your plays through hand traps. And I guess, to be fair, we would have had the ability to summon Appaloosa in that situation if we had continued, but you're not always so lucky. Especially if they have, like, a Droll or a Nib or something. Because it is possible to play through those, but... obviously, your board's not going to be quite as good. All right, here we're going second. Which, this is another way in which this deck is, like, I think very much geared towards playing in more general situations as opposed to assuming you just combo out. No hand traps here is rough, but, yeah, the Appaloosa just rarely comes up, I find, if you go second. It's Memento. Okay, so... this will be interesting. We'll have to see exactly how good of a Memento... That's the thing. This is one of those decks where how scary the end board is, I think, does entirely depend on how good of a Memento player my opponent is. If they really know what they're doing, then I'm actually not the most confident about playing through all this, but we'll have to see what all they set up here. I will say one thing this matchup does have going for us is that we really only need 2 Yubel monsters plus Nightmare Pain to win, assuming they stick, of course, the combined creation. Okay, here's the Mace. Wait, they normal summoned a Mace? Yeah, I think that's right, actually, right? Because then you pop to add... They're going to get Sleepy. They still need to get the... oh, they opened the fusion. Okay. Alright, so yeah, they definitely have combo here. Oh, they're summoning Creation King first? Interesting. I usually summon... not that I'm an expert, but I usually summon Twin Dragon first. I guess it doesn't super matter, potentially? Okay, wait, did they send the Combined Creation? No, they sent Darkblade. So is their Combined Creation already in hand? Here's the McTillen. They also didn't send the Cranium Burst or Fracture Dance, either of the trap cards, though. They don't get to reset anything with the field spell, unless they mill it later. Adding Bone Party, sure. Akiran coming back. Fine. And then you could special summon the Dark Blade. I guess that's why they sent it with the Creation King. Because they haven't done Anguish yet. They could Dark Blade to special Anguish and then Anguish to add... does Anguish add level 3 or lower, right? 1 second, untapped. Oh, here it is. Okay. No, it's any Memento monster, so they could add Combined Creation with this, if that's what they were planning. They're adding back the Fusion as well, so they'll have Fusion, Fracture Dance. Yeah, let's see what they add here. Okay, they are adding Combined Creation. If this is going to end up being like full combo, they are admittedly kind of doing it in a weird order, but it might still end up working out. But also, again, to be fair, I'm not the Memento expert at all, so maybe this is fine what they're doing. Okay, so there goes the Twin Dragon for Mace. That'll let them steal. And Tri-Horned, or just the Horned Dragon. Tri-Horned Dragon's the vanilla it's based on. For Gaddock. Now they can link these two into Elf. Oh, they're using... Oh, okay, so that's how they're going to get the Combined Creation in the yard. Summon just another body. I'm assuming this is going to be Elf. Elf IP Combined Creation. That's going to be annoying. I mean, that's full combo. That's what I was expecting anyway, but still. So we know 2 of these 6 cards are... Oh, they're making SP? Okay, that's less annoying. I thought that was going to be IP. Okay, so there's the Tri-Horned Dragon. I was going to say, we know that one of them's the Horned Dragon, another one's the Fusion. This card is destroyed by card effect. You can target 3 face-up cards in the field, including a Memento card you control, destroy them. So if they Fusion summon into Creation King could pop this and pop 2 more of my cards. Potentially. They're just going to reset the Fracture Dance. Okay, so one of these is the Fusion. I'm going to operate under the assumption that one of these is also Cranium Burst, because I feel like you would have sent that otherwise. Yubel is not a great top deck, obviously, but... Is it the worst? Not especially, because I could... Let me lead with Opening of the Spirit Gates here. Can still summon Phantom. Just add a Dark Beckoning Beast. Phantom, put back Yubel, Dark Beckoning Beast. Okay, it doesn't target. But they can summon... Oh, you know what? Actually. Okay. Yeah, they can summon Creation King. I thought about call buying it, but the problem is that that doesn't really fix the... that doesn't really, you know, solve things for me, because they can still Memento Fusion for Creation King and do it anyway. But now, if they pop Creation King... Oh, it doesn't destroy... Yeah, it destroys as part of the resolution of the effect. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to go for Phantom. Put these back. Excuse me. Let's see how they feel about that. Okay, there's the Bone Party. That's fine. I think I called Bone Party Fracture Dance earlier by mistake. Oh no, my water spilled. My sparkling water, because last time I opened one of these and I said it was a water, I got some like randomly shitty comments of like, oh, of course you're drinking water, and it's like, why the fuck would I lie about that? That's like actually the stupidest thing in the world to lie about. Alright, I'm gonna call by... Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna call by this Horned Dragon. Because it'll not only stop our cards from being destroyed, but then they won't come back either, which is nice. Chaining the Fusion, okay. That's completely fine, I think, I hope. I hope, really, more than anything. That's fine. Oh, no, it's not, because it puts back the Horned Dragon. That's why they did it, okay. Well, okay, so... Now my stuff's gonna get popped. That's not a huge, huge deal, though. You know what, actually, though, it is because of the Beckoning Beast. I actually needed the gates a little more than the Phantom, to be totally honest. Like, I'm a little more upset that I lost the gates than the Phantom here. I don't like this little knight at all. Okay, adding and then popping a Kieran. Target another... Yeah, so they get to add something to hand now. Oh my god. I'm telling you, Memento is such a good deck. Our opponent pretty much did almost everything right. I think the only criticism is that I'll give is that they could have ended on IP instead of SP, and that would have added more layers of disruption, but yeah, I'm going to assume they're about to flip up Cranium Burst here. Oh, they actually let me... I'm surprised they didn't chain SP. I was about to say that was a misplay that I activated the effect there. I mean, it was a misplay, but... Okay, so yeah, Gaddock to add something back. Sure. Extra normal summon D-Lotus. Oh, is this a soft once per turn? No, it's not. So how did they... I must not have been paying attention. How did they pop the Horned Dragon earlier? Oh, they used... Wait, huh? Twin Dragon, destroy, add. Wait. Where was the Horned Dragon activation? Oh, it was up here, okay. Bone Party, activate, destroys. Oh, they used Bone Party. Gotcha. I thought they used Creation King. That was totally my bad. I mean, we were always going to lose here anyway. But, yeah. I thought that they had already used the Creation King there. That's why I felt a little bit confident going into that. But, yeah, if I realized Creation King hadn't been activated yet, I would have probably conceded a lot sooner. Alright, let's go into the next one here. Let's see what we got. See what we've got. I think we'll do at least one more, depending on how quickly this game goes. Okay, we're going second again. Maybe. No, we're going first. Alright, so I wonder if it's Tenpai or something else. We'll figure it out. Hand's pretty good. Hand's really good, actually. I think as usual, we're just going to lead with Fiendsmith stuff. I really like opening with it, if possible. Mulch Army Fuelos. Yeah, I mean, we just have to call by it. I'm really afraid they're about to chain a Max C here, but if they do, they do. Okay, good. Thank the Lord. Alright, so there's Fuelos gone, and we're going to attract to add and then discard Lurie. How much am I going to commit to doing feed? You know, I guess I could make Desiree and then just start going into plays. Wait, I still actually do need access to D-Lotus, don't I? No, I don't, because I have Gates and Spirit, so I can just use that to get into Yubel stuff. Yeah, I don't need D-Lotus here. So if I don't need D-Lotus, then I think I could make Desiree. And not have to go into, like, Necroquip. Oh, wait, I think I might actually... Well, no, I just have to commit to my normal summon now. That's all. That's fine. So yeah, let's normal summon Beckoning Beast. And activate. And I'm going to add Chaos Summoning Beast, because I already have opening. This is one of the reasons why you play Chaos Summoning Beast. Also, if you opening, it's good there too. Nib! Nibiru! That's fine. We still just full combo through this. Oh, we can still use Engraver too. So I could activate Engraver, put back, and... Wait, I could actually just combo with D-Lotus still. Yeah. Because I can make Sequence and I can make Aerial Eater. Oh, that's awesome. So, like, even if I didn't open Spirit of Yubel along with this opening of the Spirit Gates, I would still just have full combo. That's kind of insane. This is the exact kind of thing I'm talking about, though. As far as, like, you gotta use so many resources to play through hand traps a lot of the time that you can't really expect to end on, like, your ideal turn 1 in board a lot of the time. Ooh, I can even leave my Light Fiend stuff in the graveyard if I really wanted to, but actually I shouldn't because I want my 0 defense Fiends in there for opening if, like, this Aerial Eater gets negated. By the way, my opponent could have a Veiler for this Aerial Eater and I could still full combo. Which is actually just insane. I'm going to keep the Spirit of Yubel in hand because I can pop it with Nightmare Pain and get an extra body out of it. Which will be nice. Bring back D-Lotus. Special Spirit. Can I make Varadros? I think I can make Varadros of this hand. Actually, I think I know I can make Varadros. I think I know. What a funny sentence. I'm fairly certain I can make Varadros of this hand. I could also make Caesar here as well. Potentially. Okay, we're going to pop the in-hand Spirit with Nightmare Pain. That's how we're going to get an extra body here. And then we're going to add Gruesome Grave Squirmer. Yep, Spirit F. I'm going to wait to summon Phantom. Until I'm putting back both Yubel and Terror Incarnate. It's not like my opponent's got a nib for me to worry about anymore or anything. Strike card, yes. F. Special. Alright, let's make Yama next. Because we already did Fiendsmith stuff. So, I'm going to go you and you. You know what? I'm actually kind of eating my words a little bit because Appaloosa, we could still just make it here. Maybe it isn't that hard to make. So I guess it's more of a matter of just not being needed then. I should have used Aerial Eater as a material there now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, let's summon Phantom. With you and you. Let me think about this for a second. We still have the Grave Squirmer F. I should... You know what? Okay, I know what to do. I'm gonna summon... Rage. Is that right? Is that what I want to do here? I could Sharvara... Well, because I want to Sharvara pop... I don't need to do that, though, because I have an extra Spirit. I have the Grave Squirmer. I can just make Varadros that way. So, I think I should be able to get away with just... Oh, there's like so many different things that I could do here. That's... Oh my god, I'm actually kind of overwhelmed right now. So, let's go... Sharvara F. If I pop Spirit of Yubel, that'll summon Yubel from deck. And then I can still bring back Yubel with Gruesome Grave Squirmer, and I can still make Varadros that way. I could also make Caesar with Sharvara plus Aerial Eater. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I guess I'm just kind of trying to figure out what the rest of my board's going to look like. We need to unfiend lock ourselves, I think, anyway. So let's do it this way. And then... Oh, we still need to make Unchained Soul of Rage. That's right. That's fine. We have more than enough bodies to do it with. I could do Phantom plus Yama to do that. I could just do Sequence plus Yama, honestly. Let's just do that. Just using 2 Link 2s to make another Link 2. Like, why use the second Phantom if we don't need to, right? One of our 10s. There we go. Alright, that looks good to me. Casually ending on Rage, Varajos, Phantom, Caesar, through Nib, and we call by Fuelos, never mind. But through Nib, that's pretty good. Still could have made Appaloosa there too. Could have played through at least one more negate as well, with no problem. It's so good. Sorry if I got a little quiet there. I feel like I was just like super concentrating, trying to figure out what the Sin board is going to look like at the end of there. But I mean, you know, even without Appaloosa, this is like more than fine. It's the end of the main phase. All right, well, let's definitely activate Unchained Soul of Rage. Actually, we didn't need to do that because we have Nightmare Pain. They would have been forced to battle the Phantom. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Misplay on my part. Chaining Max C. That's fine. I don't care about that. We don't need to activate that. I'm a little mad I played into that, actually. We should just let it go. Change of Heart. On Caesar. The question is, do I want to use my Omni Negate to stop that, or do I want to use my Little Knight and just tag out Caesar? I could do that, actually. And keep Phantom plus an Omni against a 3-card hand. Or would it just be simpler to do this? I'm just going to activate Varadros. I hope I don't regret that. You know, if they have another board breaker, I am going to regret that. So I definitely should have used Little Knight there. Destroy a card? No, I don't need Destroy a card. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. Wow, I'm playing this horribly. I'm playing this board out horribly. That's fine. Yeah, now their stuff's going to be unaffected during the main phase 1. That is such a misplay on my part. Wait, they're going for Genroku? That's a misplay on their part, because I can still Caesar that. Because it'll be in the graveyard once it activates. Unless they already have a Hydra in hand, and they're just like... Okay, they just pitched the Genroku they added. Oh, triple attack, no! Oh, this is so brutal. Wait, they're drawing 2? Okay, that's much less brutal. What was that? They added and then discarded Genroku. I think they realized that my Caesar was going to negate it. Okay. So they have Feather Duster, sure. Special summon a Fiend monster from the yard. I mean, we might as well. Oh, except Maxi. Do I want to stop that? I do, actually. I'm gonna negate my own effect, because I do not want to give them a draw. Because I don't know if they actually have plays right now. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. Oops. Oh, okay. We can just do that. That makes more sense as to why they were doing what they were doing. Okay, they're gonna beat over my little knight, sure. During your end phase, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your field. So we're gonna negate that, they're gonna get a draw. I can special spirit. Oh, I don't have another Nightmare Pain because I popped it. Oh, that's brutal. This only adds from deck. Yeah. Ugh. I'm actually kind of at a loss as to like how I'm gonna win now. Now that I'm being completely honest here. Let's see. Are they debating if they want to activate it? You definitely activate this effect here. But if they don't, that's... I guess that's fine. It's not really going to change my situation either way, to be honest. Yeah, they're not activating. I think that was the right call for them. That was a very insane top deck. And I think all my problems are just solved now. Like, literally, I think this top deck engraver actually just fixed everything. That's kind of wild. Okay. Because now I know how I'm going to out the Kurikara. I don't really know how I'm going to get lethal, but we have options, and that's what's important. I should still have... hang on. Yeah, okay, I still have Engraver in deck. That's what I thought. Okay, so we're going to use Engraver's effect to get rid of the Kurikara. Yeah, I think we have to. Which means no Necro Quip, but that's fine because I can just link off Phantom and then summon another Phantom. Oh, we have a ton of graveyard effects here. Okay, let's go Requiem. Sequence is in the graveyard. That's important to remember. Send and send. Alright. Okay, so we're not going into sequence because that's already in the graveyard. We don't have a card in hand to go for a Muckraker. Thinking. Wait, we can put back sequence. Duh. Okay, yeah, and then we can go into sequence, make Desiree, and now we have Desiree Phantom going into our opponent's turn, which I like a lot more. Let's do it that way. I forgot, the Fiendsmith engine's broken. It all just recycles itself. You, and you. I think I still could have summoned Engraver from my graveyard. I could have summoned Aerial Eater. I think I could have had a lethal. Alright, no I couldn't have. Alright. Okay, cool. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better now. Oh, I feel a lot better going into this turn. Because now I have a way of dealing with this. On Phantom, huh? Okay. Please don't normal summon Pydra. Yes! I was gonna say, please just activate that. Hopefully this is enough. Hopefully they don't normal summon Pydra after doing this, actually. Decide. Yes! Yes! Oh, okay. All right, we should be good now. Because now we just need to bring back Aerial Eater. We can just top deck D-Lotus too. That doesn't really do a lot here, though. All right. Just do the spirits. All right, swing. And swing. All right, that was a very good last duel. I got really scared there for a second. Okay. Also feel like I understand this build a lot better after that game. Which was, of course, the goal. Neato. All right. Whew, I'm going to save that one just in case. So thank you, everybody, for watching these games. Super appreciate it. And I will definitely see you in the next one, which should be another build and play, I think is what I'm about to record here. Also want to thank everybody who, as always, for watching to the end of the video. That is the best way to support this and every other smaller YouTube channel trying to grow out there. Very, very helpful. Thank you so very much. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which, by the way, is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.